What is a quadratic? Well, quad means square. So when we solve a quadratic equation, we probably mean solve a square equation. So, for example, let's say we have x squared equals to 100. So we want to figure out what value of x makes this equation true. So, to figure out how we actually solve quadratics, we're going to have 7 levels, with the first one being just x squared equals to something, and then ending with the formula ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, and how to find the solution of any quadratic equation. So, this is how to solve it. Level 1. So we have a simple equation, x squared equals to 100. So here, we're trying to find what number squared equals to 100. So we're talking about quadratic, so we need a square. So we have a square with side length with area 100. So that means that what number squared equals to 100? Well, 10 and 10. Or it can be negative 10 and negative 10. So we know that then x equals to plus minus square root of 100, which is plus minus 10. So that is our answer. Now, this was really simple. But now, what is level 2? So, level 2, it's also really easy. Level 2. We have x plus 3 squared equals to 25. So now, we have another square, but now the side length is just x plus 3, x plus 3. And our area is 25. So we know that therefore, x plus 3 equals either, so if we have this, then we know that if we have a square of side length 25, the side lengths can be 5 and 5, or negative 5 and negative 5. So x plus 3 equals plus minus 5. Therefore, x equals to either plus 5 minus 3 or negative 5 minus 3, which is also 2 or negative 8. So those are our 2 solutions for level 2. Now, moving on to level 3. Now, level 3 is where things get a little confusing. So, whenever we had x plus 3 squared, everything was already given to us in a square. And we know everyone likes squares. So what happens when we get something like this? So now, we like squares, right? But here, nothing is in a square except x squared. And we have 3 terms right now, positive x squared, positive 6x, and positive 9. So how are we going to get all of these in a square? So, whenever we say squares, we like squares. X squared is a square. 9 is a square. But we have 6x, which is confusing. So, let's just start drawing. We're first going to have a square with side length x, and x, because the area of this is x squared. But now we have 6x. So we just add 6x on this side, maybe. And then we can say that, we can say that this is x and this is 6. You get 6x. But now you add 9. Now things get a little confusing. This isn't a square at all. So, whenever we have a square, we can take a square root, or we can just divide by 2. Because if we just make a 3x over here, so 3x, x, 3, and we make another 3x here, x, 3. This is 3x, this is 3x, and guess what? 3x plus 3x equals to 6x, which is what we have here. And now, our 9 becomes really nice, because 9 is just 3 times 3 equals 9, because the area of this last square has to be 3 equals 9. So, and here, then we already know this is a square with side length x plus 3. And guess what? This equation was literally just a disguise of this equation. Because if we take this expression and x plus 3 squared, we distribute it with the a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, we literally get x squared plus 6x plus 9, which is what we have here. So this is just the distributed version of this. Okay, now going to level 4, because now we have x plus 3 squared and we have that, so we can just say the solutions are this and this. Okay, going to level 4. Level 4 is where things get a lot more, confusing. We have x squared minus 4x plus 3 equals to 15. So we know how to deal with x squared. So we just start by drawing a square. X, and the area is x squared. Now we have a minus 4x. But still, it isn't that confusing because we had plus 6x before. We have minus 4x, so we can just divide it into minus 2's. So if we have this. Now, this, you can't have a side length of -2, but this is a quadratic, and we're kind of defying the laws of the world. So it doesn't matter. We have -2x, -2x, and we can do the same thing here. We have x and -2, -2x. They add up to -4. So that's cool. That's cool. So, now we are going to, we've taken care of this and this. So we have this square automatically forced to make this thing work. -2, -2, so the area is 4. But something gets really weird. This has to be the last term. But guess what? This is the last term. So how are we going to take care of that? So we can just manipulate this equation because it's an equation. So if you add one thing here, you have to add the same thing here. So we can add 1 on both sides. So we have x squared minus 4x plus 3 plus 1 equals to 15 plus 1. And guess what? X squared minus 4x plus 4 equals to 16. And now this is exactly like we have x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals to 16. And this is a square with side length x minus 2. So x minus 2 squared equals to 16. Now we know how to take care of this. This is literally just, now this is a level 2 thing. We can say x minus 2 equals to plus minus square root 16. X minus 2 equals to plus minus 4. X equals to either plus 4 plus 2 or -4 plus 2, which is either 6 or -2. So those are solutions for level 4. Now, things keep on getting more confusing. But okay, let's go to level 5 and see what we get. So in level 5, we have x squared, which is nice, plus 3x plus 1 equals to 5. Okay, so we have all of these nice. So we're going to start. We have x squared. Oops. X, and we have 3x now. So we can do this. We get 1.5. Sorry. But, okay, guess what? I am a human, and I don't like decimals. Because, well, this was made in like a really long time ago, and back then, they didn't have decimals or fractions. So how would we actually make this such that we can make it work? So, basically what I'm saying, we need to make this even. So, just multiply the equation by 2. 2x squared plus 6x plus 2 equals to 10. Oh, okay, so this is even. This is 2. But now this is not a perfect square. So what are we going to do now? We can just multiply this by 2 again, because everything's going to stay even. 4x squared plus 6x plus 12x, sorry, 4 equals to 20. So essentially what we just did here was multiply by 4. And this is always going to work. Because when we have x squared multiplied by 4, 4 is an even number, so this will be satisfied. And this will be satisfied because I'm multiplying it by a perfect square. So, we have this now, and now we can deal with this easily. 4x squared, we can just make 2x to get 4x squared here. We can make this, the area 6x. So if this is 2x, this has to be 3. Do the same thing here. 2x, 3, 6x, that's 12. Now we know that this is 3. This is 3. Now this has to be 9, so we just add 5 here. So we know that 2x plus 3 squared equals to 25. So 2x plus 3 equals to plus minus 5. 2x equals to either 2x equals to either plus 5 minus 3 or negative 5 minus 3. So plus 5 minus 3 is 2, negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. So then x equals to either 1 or negative 4. Okay, now that was level 5. Now we're going to get to a complete quadratic equation. We have level 6. 3x squared plus 5x plus 1 equals to 9. Now, we have everything is a problem now, basically. We have 5x not being odd, not being even, and 3x squared is new and perfect square. So what are we going to do? Well, and before, we said that we have 3x squared here, right? So if we want to make this even and this as a perfect square, we have a 3 here. So we need to multiply by 3 again to get a perfect square. But if we multiply this times 3, we get 15. So first, let's just see what we can do. We have 9x squared plus 15x plus 3 equals to 27. So we don't like that. So we can multiply this by 2 again. We get 18x squared plus 30x plus 6 equals to, plus 30x plus 6 equals to 54. But now we have this as a problem. So we multiply by 2 again. 36x squared plus 60x plus 12 equals to 108. Now everything is good. We have 36x squared being a perfect square, 60 being even. So now we draw our square again. 6x. This is 6x, so this has to be 10. 5, because we want to make this 30. This is 6x, 5. This is 36x squared. This is 30x. This is 30x. These two add up to 60x. And now this is going to be forced. This is 5, this is 5, this is 25. So we got to add 13 here, so 25. 25, if we add 13, so this has to be 108 plus 13 equals to 108 plus 13, so 118, 121. So we know that 6x plus 5 squared equals to 121. 6x plus 5 equals to plus minus 11. 6x equals to either 11 minus 5 or negative 11 minus 5, which is either 6 or negative 16. And now we divide by 6. X equals either 1 or negative 16 over 6, 8, 3. So it equals to negative 8 over 3. So now we have everything working over here. Okay, so now this is levels. Now we're going to do level 7. And in level 7, we have 0 numbers. We literally have ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. And we need to find some way to figure out x. So first, we need to make this a perfect square. And first, so to do that, we're going to multiply by a, because a is all alone by itself. And we're assuming a is not a perfect square and b is not even right now, because we need to be prepared for everything. So we have a squared x squared plus abx plus ac equals to 0, because anything multiplied by 0 is that. So we have this. We need to make abx even now. So to do that, we need to multiply this by a perfect square to keep this nice. So we multiply by 4. 4a squared x squared plus 4abx plus 4ac equals to 0. So now we have pretty much everything nice. So we're going to draw our square. This has to be 2ax. 2ax, so that is 4a squared x squared. So we have 4abx, so this has to be, since this is 2ax, the area has to be 2abx. So if this is 2ax, then this has to be b. Same thing here. Since this is 2ax, this has to be b. 2ab, so this has to be 2abx, these to add up to 4abx. And now we need, this is b squared. So now we have a tiny problem. We have 4ac here and b squared here. So, okay, that's not that big of a problem. We will just take this equation and we will subtract 4ac and add b squared so that we can make the b squared over here. So that's what this is going to look like. 4a squared x squared plus 4abx plus 4ac minus 4ac plus b squared equals to b squared minus 4ac. So that means 4a squared x plus 4a squared x squared plus 4abx plus b squared equals to b squared equals to b squared minus 4ac. Minus 4ac. So, okay. And now we know that this is going to be 2ax plus b squared, because that's from our side length, equals to. So remember, a, b, those aren't variables, these are constants. So what we really want to do is isolate b. So we have 2ax plus b, 2ax plus b, plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac. Okay. We subtract b. 2ax equals to negative b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac. And to isolate x, we do negative b plus minus, negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And there you have it. This is the quadratic formula for any type of quadratic equation you get, where over here, a is an ax squared plus bx squared, this. We have b, that's our second constant, and c, that's the last number. So, in any quadratic equation, in any quadratic equation, plug in the numbers for a, b, c in the formula. Negative b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac 2a gives you the value for the values for x.